Thanks for staying with us. Plans by the Kwara State Governor Pt.3 to obtain a $16 million loan from the World Bank is already attracting stiff opposition from some quarters. Although Governor Ahmed is quick to spell out the purpose of the loan, which is mainly for the construction of rural roads, the opposition sees it as a misplaced priority.
Road construction work going on in some parts of Kwara State. For years, residents in rural areas have had to endure bad roads. But it appears the Kwara State government is set to tackle the problem for the sake of the rural dwellers, thereby leading to the birth of good roads such as these. At the Government House, Kwara State Governor Pt.3 meets with some traditional rulers as he announced the state's readiness to partner with the World Bank to obtain the $60 million loan for the construction of rural roads to benefit residents of the rural areas.
I'm happy to let you know that we're partnering with the World Bank. All the roads that are guiding that are around our agric environment, that is the priority. The roads should be done specifically for agric environments. So all our rural roads and rural environments that are agrarian will be connected.
However, the proposed plan of the state government has been criticized by the opposition party, the PDP, describing it as a misplaced priority at a meeting with its members in the state.
What is $60 million needed for at this time, especially on the eve of an election, which they are afraid to lose? The track record is there for everybody to see. They have never utilized any loan or bonds taken on behalf of the people for the purposes of the welfare of the people. We know it. So this one is an obnoxious position by the government.
It's not just the PDP kicking against the move. Some activists from a non-governmental organization staged a demonstration in front of the State House of Assembly, appealing to the state legislature not to approve the loan request.
Taking loan one after the other without actually seeing what the loan has been used for is a serious problem.
The rural roads no doubt need to be in good condition. Yet the question may be asked, what will be the next line of action by the state government in the midst of the opposition to the loan? Sooner or later, there must be a resolution to the matter.
From Kwara, we move to Rivers State, where it is a race against time as Governor Nyesom Wike has continued his inspection of ongoing projects today. The governor insists that timelines set for the delivery of these projects must be kept without compromising quality. He told traders that the popular Mile 1 market, where the state government is building an ultra-modern structure that's setting by the roadside, will not be tolerated.
What I did, so now I make with the rush, no good traffic, so that all of them will come out for road, so we don't want driver since we never get a place for that. But when we finish, we don't want anybody to stay for road. And I agree, because this market what we do, you will carry everybody. Now you go there from morning till night. So nobody will come for road. They block the road. So and the I'm not gonna just endure and cooperate with the people where they work here.
Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. Now we move outside the shores of Nigeria. Environmental cleanliness is crucial to any country's overall living conditions, especially promoting good health. Following the reconciliation after the genocide that tore Rwanda apart in 1994, the country is currently touted as Africa's Singapore in terms of environmental transformation. Our correspondent, Loretta Chiogo, was at the capital, Kigali, and has this report.
Population of over 12 million people, Rwanda has been able to clean up the mess of the wars and restore sanity. Laws must be kept and orderliness maintained. Join me in our findings. Rwanda, a country surrounded by over 1,000 mountains, is obviously built on the hills. Sceneries as this give a clear vision of the mountainous country. What is obvious once you enter into Kigali, the capital city of Rwanda, is the cleanliness of the streets and surroundings. Even untarred roads within the towns and villages wear the clean look. Commercial motorbike riders find dignity in their labor here. Their clean clothes, shoes, and of course the well-fitted helmet for the rider and one passenger must be maintained. What could be responsible for this?
The mobilization begin at the village level and come to the cell level, to the sector level. That's how our country are built. If the people are mobilized from village level, they will be aware of all rules and regulations.
We have a beautiful country, a clean country. I think the only source is our strength, our president, Paul Kagame. 1994 genocide, I think you know everything. So by that, we don't have to go back where we were.
Rwandese do not eat while walking on the streets. It is a culture that is passed from generation to generation, no matter how highly placed or poorly low.
You must respect yourself. It's about respect. You know, in the roads there are some microbes, so it's not our culture.
Rwanda Environment Management Agency, REMA, oversees the state of the environment in the country. We meet with the Director General of REMA, Kaletha Ramya, who tells us that there has been less enforcement to achieve the result of cleanliness, discipline and orderliness in the country. She tells us the strategy adopted.
It involved so many things, having policies, laws, regulations in place, educating our people, because if you came here before 1994 and even after 1994, 95, this place was so dirty and the people were misbehaving. I mean, they had some littering practice, they could not care. But through engaging our community, educating them the importance of environmental protection, clean environment, putting policies, regulations in place, educating people in the implementation, everybody came into board and to implement. So enforcement did not come just instantly after the law and regulations in place. We normally give time to educate our people to be able to understand and take part in the implementation of the laws and regulations.
Perhaps the Rwandese turnaround for the better could be adopted by other African nations still grappling with the issues of clean and healthy environment, decency and peace. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
Back home in Nigeria, leaders of 177 communities, as well as the Association of Community Town Criers in Anambra, have been given a crucial role ahead of the governorship elections in the state. This task is coming from the governor, Obiano, when he met with the union at the governor's lodge in Oka and asked them to mobilize the people at the grassroots so the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, can provide more infrastructure in the state.
It's no longer news that the governorship election in Anambra State is fast approaching, and several groups have continued to endorse Governor Obiano for second term. Among them are the Anambra State Association of Town Unions, comprising the 177 Presidents General and the Association of Community Town Criers. They are gathered to acquaint members of their union with the laudable steps of the governor.
His Excellency has surpassed all reasonable expectations in good governance, even in an atmosphere of general economic downturn, which has confronted Nigeria in the last 3 years. We say without mincing words that you have done well, and it is only right to support you for another tenure of 4 years as Executive Governor of our dear Anambra State, that of the nation.
It is due to your magnanimity and total recognition of the role of the town unions as the fourth realm of government that you have invited these gentlemen who are in charge of the communities to come together and parley with you. And the need for them to also disseminate the activities of government through the town criers as our own accepted means of communicating the achievements of your government.
The Commissioner for Information and Communication Strategy believes the strides of the administration has reached the nook and crannies of the state.
Every day your concern is on the Anambra, and these are the representatives of the Anambra, elected PGs with tenure, with reach, with access.
For Governor Obiano, his administration is determined to make living worth the while for rural dwellers.
Right, with security everywhere. The projects in the island, more road, more agriculture, is going to each of the communities. In many communities, Okunaga, Anambra street lights, I can Abia. In my next 4 years, I got taste of
When this meeting winds down, the members of the unions present here will remain part of the determinants of who will finally clinch the top job in Anambra State.
The Central Bank of Nigeria will be offering a lot of treasury bills next week and has the numbers on Business News.
Thanks a lot, Melinda. And it's true, the Central Bank of Nigeria will be offering 28.69 billion naira of the 91-day paper, 33.9 billion naira of the 182-day paper, and 68.18 billion naira for the 364-day bills, totaling about 130 billion naira in treasury bills. All that will happen next week. The Debt Management Office says the federal government will float a Eurobond to raise $2.5 billion before the end of 2017 and complement the $1.5 billion which was already raised from the international market in March to enable the country fund the 2017 budget. According to the DMO's Director General, Patience Oniha, the country's treasury bills portfolio stands at 3.7 trillion naira. And from there, we move to the bonds market, where over 243 billion naira worth of bonds have been auctioned this week. Bonds have been oversubscribed over 2 times this week, helping the DMO augment the shortfall. Meanwhile, the price increases have been recorded in the secondary market. The recently issued federal government Sukuk bond was also oversubscribed by more than 5 billion naira. Dealers are expecting average yields to trend southward next week, with improvement in system liquidity on maturing OMO bills, lending support to demand. Let's see how the Nigerian Stock Exchange fared this week, the last trading week of September. It ends with 0.14% decline in the market's capitalization and the all-share index, despite 3 positive sessions recorded in 5 trading sessions this week. Total volume of shares are trading higher compared with last week, with investors trading over 1.32 billion units in 14,703 transactions. The highest price gainer for the week is CNI Leeson, with AG Leventus topping 32 losers, while the major contributor to the total volume turnover is the financial services sector. Nigeria's stock exchange and other financial markets are closed on Monday in observance of the public holiday declared by the federal government to mark the country's Independence Day. The Democratic Republic of Congo today revised its growth forecast for 2017 to 3.2% from an earlier projection of about 3.1%, citing some improvements in commodity prices and the mining sector. But earlier this year, the country announced oil projects which will be scheduled to boost output to 25%, up to about 350,000 barrels per day in the year 2018. While analysts are expecting increased crude production to displace Equatorial Guinea as South Africa's 3rd biggest crude producer. The country, which is Africa's top copper producer, is plagued by huge debts, civil unrest, widespread corruption, and poverty. And that's Business News this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Wawado. It's back to you, Melinda.